Bertha, y'all ready? All right, good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Chattanooga Beer Board meeting. All meeting attendees must sign in on the designated sign-in sheet for our sunshine law, so if you haven't signed in on the sign-in sheet, please do. All electronic devices should be muted or turned off so as not to disrupt the meeting, so I'll be the first one to be sure and do that. Any individuals that will be coming and wishing to address the board today must do so from the podium, and when you do, please state your name before making your comments, and please speak up as best you can, because sometimes it's a little hard for us to hear up here. All right. First item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes for the October 16th, 2025 meeting. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of approving the minutes of October 16th, 2025, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, very good. Thank you. Now, anyone that is here today on an application for a beer permit will need to be sworn in by Lori, by our court reporter. So if you're here today for an application for a beer license or permit, you need to be sworn in at this time. Is anybody here or not? Anybody here?
If it's a temporary?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You solemnly swear or affirm that this what you're giving today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Okay, thank you. Now, we've had some late attendees who have not signed in on the sign-in sheet, so we can keep this moving along. When you leave, please, if you want to go ahead and do that, that's fine. But when you leave, please sign that sheet. That's for the sunshine law in Tennessee that requires us to have a signature of everyone that attends the meeting. Well, I would appreciate that very much. All right, Officer Mosier.
All right, under beer applications passed from the last meeting, we have number 1, sculpture fields at Montague Park, or Fire Up the Fields. TE 103 has been approved by regulatory. We have number 2, Vision Hospitality Management LLC. Beer 1367 has been approved by regulatory. Next section, beer applications approved by regulatory, is Tennessee River Gorge Trust, TE 104, approved by regulatory. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. TE 104 is, I guess that's Chattanooga.
Yes.
That is not approved by zoning. So Alicia Hickson is the organizer, 201 Riverfront Parkway. It's not approved by zoning.
Do we know the date of that event yet? I don't see it on here.
Ms. Bertha, do you have that date?
Yes, sir.
So that event is already past due, it's already occurred, and they didn't sell anything.
Got it. So it's off the agenda. All right.
Since it was not approved by zoning, they did not feel comfortable moving forward, so they just pumped the brakes.
All right. Okay.
And number 2, 5902 Inc., doing business as Eagles Food and Fuel. Beer 1368, a change of ownership, approved by regulatory.
Okay.
And we have new temporary beer permit applications. Reflection Riding, the World Heavyweight Chili Championship at Maine 24. Shows has been approved, that's TE 105. New beer applications, Planet Power Cafe and Juice Bar. Ariella Alexander's owner, 6215 Lee Highway, beer 1370 has been approved.
Wow.
Number 2, GKC Inc., Gauchard Kumar is the owner, 203 East Main Street, Unit 101, Beer 1372, has been approved.
All right.
And next up is discussion.
All right. Ma'am, you said you were here for a permit. Did we call you out? What's,
Yes, reflection writing.
okay, for reflection lighting? Let me make sure.
Come up here, ma'am.
Yeah.
I have a question. On TE 103 Sculpture Fields, last month it was not approved because it was rejected by zoning, so that they come in and make their approval.
Yes. Zach, if you'll come, go ahead and, hang on just a second. Zach has, did this sculpture fields.
TE 103.
Yeah.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do. So a little background on that situation. Under the alcoholic beverage code, specifically the one to be refused for permitting, I believe it's 545 in the updated code. It does require a distance check. However, there is another section, we refer to the city attorney's office on that. The note should be in that case. I believe it's going to be section 20. I can look it up for you guys. Basically, it allows for events, special events to happen, for street closures, those kind of things. And with a special event permit, also that includes parks. So with the special event permit, they're allowed to also have alcohol there. So it was able to be approved with the special event permit, and that was direct counsel from the city attorney's office.
Right, because
I
of the
received
special
an
event.
email before I approved that.
All right, very good.
It
Okay.
include Parkside Hall or whatever that is, that little event.
I'm sorry?
space. Well, the event space that sits there on the corner across from, I think it's Parkside.
The separate, their office,
There's an event space there. I think we denied a event for, was
we
it St.
did,
Jude?
I believe that's their offices.
No, you're right, it's a venue. It's an
It's a
event
venue.
space.
Parkside Hall.
What, do you know
Parkside Hall,
the address of it?
It's on Polk Street, isn't it?
across street from,
It's right across,
Montague
so
Park.
the park is what, 1800, 1500, what is the park? We know what
It
Montague
is-
Park address is?
It says 2001 Polk Street.
Well, 2001 is the address of the other portion of what they called their offices to me. And then the address of the park was 1800. So I previously denied 2001 Polk Street for an event.
So what I'm
Under-
saying is
under
Parkside
545.
Hall will be okay too. The next time someone comes in here and has an event there, they will be okay too to host.
And which one are you asking about, Kristen?
Parkside Hall.
Parkside Hall? Which is where?
It's
I'm
right
unfamiliar
across the
with that.
street, like you the Montague Park and Parkside Hall, they're like right across the street from each other.
Is Parkside Hall 2001?
No,
I'm-
2035 Polk Street.
Okay, I don't know. I'd have to do an individual review on that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would follow the same guidelines that I follow with everything else out of 545. Unless I am given guidance otherwise, like in this situation where there was another statute or ordinance that allowed for specifically within streets and parks with that other special event permit for that to happen.
Yeah, we'll keep that in mind.
Can you, when you get a chance, send or Bertha, send us that section 20, whatever that
A
is?
section cited by the city attorney?
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, please.
Is there, by us, is there a specific email address I should use, or should I
Well,
just send it to Bertha and she can send it out?
That'd be good.
All right.
Yeah, 'cause my concern was, I know they was denied once before for the same thing at
Correct.
Montague Park, and then,
Well,
come
the
back.
2001 was denied.
Right.
Previously, the park actually ended up getting theirs a couple years ago, back when Assistant City Attorney Yanez was working with the Regulatory Bureau, so we got similar guidance from him at that time. So actually, that one ended up being approved a couple years ago.
Okay.
okay.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. Okay. All right.
We do have a representative of Reflection Writing.
Yes.
You want to speak to her?
Yes, please. If you would, tell us a little bit about your event, please, and state your name.
My name is Logan Epperson. I work for Reflection Writing. We're a nonprofit nature center in Arboretum. We are hosting the annual World Heavyweight Chili Championship at the Maine by 24 Festival. So I think it previously has been hosted by Green Spaces and Habitat for Humanity last year, and we're taking it on this year. So it's just an event where teams come and cook chili, and then participants at the Maine by 24 Festival can come and eat chili and taste it, and it's a championship, so they taste it and it gets judged. There'll be beer there, hopefully, that people can drink while they're tasting chili, and it's all a fundraiser for Reflection Writing.
Very good. And this has been approved by regulatory, Officer Mosier?
Yes. It has been.
They've been approved. Okay. Any questions from anybody since they've already been approved? No. All right, thank you very much.
Good, thank you.
Okay. All right, now we're going to enter a discussion phase of our meeting. And this, sure here, there we go. So as noted on our agenda, the Circle K was fined, and the fine has not been paid yet. Bertha, have you had any correspondence from them yet on this at all? No. Okay. All right, so that was in October. So I guess we need to send them a friendly reminder, as we used to say in my business.
Are they here?
No, they're not here. There's no reason for them to be here.
How long do they have to pay it?
It's usually, Catherine, is there a time limit on payment in there of 30 days or for the appeal process?
I think for the appeals process, there is a deadline of, I think, 60 days.
Right.
But for the fine, there isn't a specific timeline for
Right.
that. It's usually done within 30 days.
So I think we should just ask Bertha to actually reach out to them and say, we haven't received your fine yet. And we're looking for it and it's time. Okay.
Does that come with a letter that states if it's not paid in an ample enough time, then we will invoke additional charges or whatever, however?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's the way to do it. I agree. We just need to let them know.
Do we have authority to do that?
Yeah.
Don't want it.
Hold on.
Catherine?
Hold on one second.
Yeah, so I mean, they've been able to sell beer this whole time, haven't paid their fine.
Because I remember they had their area manager here and they had all the big wheels here.
There's no repercussion.
Let's wait just a minute. We're okay.
So I believe the beer board does have the ability to recite an individual that does not comply with its order. So that'll be another citation. According to provision 5-50, section A. It says that the beer board shall have the authority to revoke or suspend any permits issued to it under this division upon notice to the permittee and a hearing thereon under the administrative hearing officer, who shall make recommendations to the beer board for any violation of any provision of federal or state law regulating the sale, storage, and transportation of alcoholic beverages, or for any violation of any provision of this code, including a failure to comply with the requirements set out herein. So we would be relying on the failure to comply with the requirements.
Right.
That begs a follow-up question for me.
Okay.
If there's no deadline to pay the fine, are they technically not in compliance?
They're not in compliance when they don't pay the fine. Just because there may not be a specific deadline set, they're still under an obligation to pay. Let me correct this. It's not a fine, it's a civil penalty. They're still under an obligation to pay that. So,
And if it's a civil penalty, is there another provision in the code or the ordinances that allow, does the enforcement of this go to a different, not to the beer board, but to a different?
right, like, is it like civil contempt or something that you can file in court? Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm asking does anyone in the city have the ability to enforce the payment of a fine? Like if you don't pay your speeding ticket? Because it's not technically a fine to the beer board.
Well, it's a civil penalty imposed by the beer board.
Right.
And I think if you don't, the way you enforce that is if you don't pay that, then that leads to another citation, which could lead to further suspension or revocation of your license.
Okay.
So I would recommend, Officer Mosier, would you mind going by this store and saying, hey, where's your money? Okay, and tell them, we've had a discussion and we don't want to have to bring you and fine you again. And maybe that'll get their attention, because this is Circle K. In the past, if they've had, I know over time, they've not had a problem paying fines, so this
might be just something that fell through the cracks or something.
corporate or whatever. So if you don't mind, if you would do that, and then at our next meeting, you could, hopefully we'll have the payment and it's a not issue, but if not, then we can take action to get their attention different ways. All right.
Two things. So Bertha, you're gonna put this back on for our next meeting, correct? That we can revisit this? And the second question would be to City Attorney. Is there a way that we can amend and put payment must be paid by X, Y? Can we do that? 30 days, 60 days, 90 days?
City Council has.
We make a motion to City Council?
You make a recommendation to City Council that some time limit be put in the ordinance so that it's clear.
Very good. Okay, thank you. All right. Any other discussion on that matter? All right. All right, we have two beer violation reviews. We have the Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar, 5606 Brainerd Road, and you also have had the report and recommendation of the hearing officer heard on October 16th, 2025, a 5-day suspension or $500 fine. So is there a motion to, looking for the right word, confirm this hearing, not confirm it, but what word am I looking for?
Affirm the recommendation.
Affirm, thank you, not confirm, but affirm, thank you. To affirm the ruling of the hearing officer for a 5-day suspension or a $500 fine.
So are we voting to sustain the violation? Or?
Sustain it, yeah.
Okay.
To sustain it. There we go, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you very
I think
much.
technically we can sustain, deny, or recommend.
Right, thank you. I couldn't.
Come up with our own one.
Since today's my birthday and I'm 73, I had a 73-year-old
Congratulations.
moment in mind here, just a little bit. So is there a motion to sustain the ruling of the hearing officer?
That we affirm
Let's
Mr.
sustain it.
Ashley's recommendation to a 5-day or $500 suspension, or fine. 5-day suspension or
The motion to sustain, is there a second?
Second.
All right, discussion? To the motion? All right, I'll call the roll. Christie?
Question.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
Which,
Are we gonna do
which one are
5
we?
days or 500? We have to discuss that.
It's,
5 days.
You recommend we do one or the other, so we have to pick which one we're going to do. Right?
We picking or they picking?
is that correct, Catherine? That we choose that?
We choose.
Okay, all right, so, okay. This is the first time this has come up, so.
no, it ain't.
So, let's have, since there wasn't a second on the motion,
There was
I
a second.
second.
there was, is
And
it?
we're in the discussion phase.
We're in
of
the discussion phase of that motion right now. All right, so let's have a discussion whether we want to have a 5-day suspension or a $500 fine.
Okay.
So I'll open the floor for discussion.
That's a
I would
suspension.
recommend suspension.
Same.
Same.
All right, discussion?
So we have to put a motion, we have to put a motion on the floor.
So I think the appropriate procedure is to either A, table the motion, or B, motion to amend the previous
All right,
motion.
is there a motion to amend the previous motion to a
Make a motion that we amend the previous motion that he made. You want
a 5-day suspension?
To a 5-day.
All right. All right. Is there a second to that? All right, now we will vote on the motion to amend the original motion. Christie?
Yes.
Brooke?
Yes.
Veronica?
Yes.
Ron? Yes. JW?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. So now, that being said, do we need to now vote?
On the underlying motion.
On the,
So now the motion is.
Right, that's correct.
To sustain the
Right.
recommendation for a 5-day suspension.
Right, okay. So there is there a motion? All right, so that's it. So we've already had that motion now.
Right.
So is there any other discussion to that?
Right.
All right, I'll call the roll one more time. Christie?
Yes.
Brooke?
Yes.
Veronica?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
JW?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
Zach? Yes. And the chair votes yes. Thank you, members. I appreciate that. All right. All right, so now, the second report and recommendation of the hearing officer was heard on October 16th for a 5-day suspension and additional training regarding the sale of alcoholic beverages for Octavio Perez Mexi Wings 6 LLC, 3202 Brainerd Road. Is there a motion to sustain that recommendation?
I make a motion that we sustain the recommendation for a 3-day suspension and additional, 5-day suspension and additional
And additional training. Great, thank you. Second, okay, by Christie. It's Christie. Okay, discussion to the motion? All right, I'll call the roll. I'll start backwards. Zach?
Yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
JW?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Veronica? Brooke?
Yes.
And Christie? And the chair votes yes. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate that. We're getting the hang of it, aren't we?
Well, okay, so the other thing is now that you voted on that, how much time do they have for the additional training? That needs to be decided as well.
Is there a,
Do they have to
Motion.
do they have to show us proof of the training?
You can require that, and I would
for asking
suggest that be added to the motion that gives that time period.
So is there, so the chair will entertain a motion for a time limit on the training portion of the Mexi Wings 6 LLC. So is there a motion from a member?
60 days?
Okay,
Is that too much?
Do you want to make that a motion?
yeah, you can
Are we discussing or are we making a motion?
Well, you can make a motion first and the
make a motion,
discussion
then we
part
discuss first.
happens while the
I mean,
motion.
yeah.
I'll make a motion for a 60-day timeframe.
And do you want, okay, so motion for a 60-day time frame.
With proof of training.
Thank you. All right, is there a second to that?
Second.
All right, discussion to that motion? No discussion? I'll call the roll. Christie? Brooke? Veronica?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
JW?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
Zach? And the chair votes yes. All right, thank you. Okay.
Now, yeah, go ahead, Brooke.
Are we supposed to choose the dates for the suspension as
That's-
well? We
that's
didn't
where
do
I was
that on the
going.
previous.
Yeah, we need to do that
or
on
this
both of
one.
them, right? There's a time frame that we need to put. This is birthday, ladies and gentlemen, be patient with us.
Well, also, this is, you know, if you follow the beer board, we have totally changed the way things are done here. So we're still in our learning curve as to our new responsibilities.
Yep. So we just got to go back and tag a date and making sure that it starts, it's stuff as well.
Right. So, let's go back.
For New Year. Yeah.
Okay, so let's readdress Applebee's Neighborhood Bar and Grill, Brainerd Road. We sustained a 5-day suspension. Is there a motion from the board for the time when the 5-day suspension should start?
Can I ask a question first?
Yes, sir, please.
How long will it take them to get notified of this decision? Because I don't want to do it before, you know what I mean? There's a practical matter of,
I agree.
Well, I've got to prepare the order and I have to give it to Dan to sign and then they send it out. So I would, normally, it's been 2 weeks. So I would suggest that we keep with that timeline, so that we have time to give them notice
Right.
and then,
They can appeal.
right.
So 2 weeks has been what we followed in the past. Okay.
November the 20th.
So the chair will entertain a motion.
21st, right?
Make a motion that we do the suspension from November 25th through November 29th.
All right, there's been a motion to have the suspension starting November 25th through the 29th. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Further discussion to the motion?
It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's where I was going. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's close.
Well, I mean, they may not be.
They're not gonna be closed. They're gonna be open.
That's why I chose that date, because I think a business should feel it. If they violate it, then it's not their
Generally,
first
they
time
follow the
violating.
rules. It's been 15 years since they violated the rules.
That we know.
That's one at a time,
They've
please.
been
One at a time.
My dates, my motions stay the way it is.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion to that motion? All right, I'll call the roll. Christie?
Yes.
Brooke?
What was the date again?
November
25th through the 29th of November.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Veronica?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
JW?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
Zach? Yes. And the chair votes yes. Okay, very good. All right, now, is there a motion? So we now need a motion setting the date for the 5-day suspension of Mexi Wings 5 LLC, 3202 Brainerd Road, and it is a 5-day suspension. Is there a motion?
I make a motion for the suspension of Mexi Wings of the same dates, November 25th through November 29th.
All right.
Second.
All right, motion and second by JW through the 29th, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, discussion? All right, I'll call the roll. Zach?
Yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
JW?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Veronica? Brooke?
Yes.
And Christie?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Okay. All right. Very good. Now we're kind of getting the rhythm down a little better now here. Okay, that's great. All right, so that concludes our hearing, hearing portions of the meeting. We're now open for public comment. We have a lot of people here today that are here to voice their concerns. We do have one group, the Muhammad El Amin Islamic Center has asked to come and speak for Shady's Corner. So we're going to ask them to go first. And I want to remind everybody that you need to state your name and clearly speak up, and then you will have 3 minutes. And are you ready back there for the 3-minute timer? Okay, good. You'll have 3 minutes to address your concerns to the board. So if you have a representative that wants to come and introduce himself first, or whatever, however y'all want to start is fine with us. So please, yes.
How many can we have to speak?
You can have, we would like to limit it to 10 people, but if you want to have more, we understand.
What is your name, sir? Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Bertha. Be sure and speak up for us too, okay?
Okay, no problem. My name is Hamid El-Amin. I'm with the Islamic Center of Chattanooga on 1410 Cemetery Avenue. And our community is here today to request the permanent suspension of Shady's Corner. And one of the things I want to mention in the beginning here is the law that Tennessee states under Tennessee Code 575103 that in order to have a beer permit, that it can be revoked or suspended when a permit holder has at least 2 violations within a 12-month period. And also it states that the permit can be revoked if the business repeatedly violates, meaning involving health, safety, and the welfare or morality of a community. Now, since September the 22nd, 2023, and September the 22nd, 2025, there have been at least 511 police response to Shady's Corner. What I just gave you all is an open records from the Chattanooga Police Department. Since this year, January to October, there's been over 206 police calls in response to Shady's Corner. Now, there's no other business in Chattanooga have had these type of calls and incidents at their locations and still maintain their beer permit. Now, these calls consist of noise complaints, disorderly conduct, fighting, violent activity, numerous drug overdoses, spiking drinks where females have been sexually assaulted there, vandalism, intoxicated persons, traffic congestions caused by an excessive amount of vehicles and the customers obstructing the roadway. Emergency vehicles can't get down the roadway there. We also know that in October, just last month, Channel 9 reported that several fights took outside the bar where a young female assaulted a Chattanooga police officer. 7 days later, October 2025, Channel 9 report that the Chattanooga Police Department conducted a sting there, a drug sting, where the cook in the kitchen sold cocaine to an undercover police officer. And then outside, they went and arrested 2 other individuals who selling cocaine on the premises. October the 26th, Channel 3 reported that a drive-by shooting took place at Shady's Corner where 14 rounds of shell casings was located outside the bar. Our center have been there for over 43 years, helping people, outreach, and so forth. Shady's Corner is not safe for anybody to be down there. And the whole city and our community also is wondering, how can this one business with 511 incidents reported in 3 years, 206 just this year, 89 noise complaints in 2025, 89, and they still have their permit.
All right.
We're asking you today to suspend their license, just like you would do anyone else. It is our community that's suffering with trash when we walk up there, urinating on our door, condoms in front of our door, people getting into our Ring camera, ripping our security devices off of our wall. And you all have not suspended them. We only know of one suspension, which they appealed that. But in 3 years, 511 calls, this year alone, over 206 complaints from the community, and they still have their license.
All right.
It's not safe for us. The only thing that has not happened at Shady's Corners yet is a homicide.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, next person.
Bear with me a little bit.
All right.
All
Speak
right,
up.
good morning.
Speak up, please. Good.
I will. I'm talking through the mask. I have a few health issues that I'm Gary Rudolph. I'm the resident at 904 East 14th Street. I have my wife and daughter with me this morning, and we have been terrorized by Shady's Corner. You all are familiar with me. I've been here before, and the complaints have grown longer since I was before you 2 years ago. Again, we are most impacted by what goes on at Shady's Corner. We're at a place where we can't enjoy our home and we can't sell it. That's a terrible place to be. My family has had a presence in that community for nearly 7 decades now. Shady's Corner moved in about 2.5 years ago, and since then, it's been nothing but terror. I just want you to indulge me for a minute to get through this list of complaints. Mr. Muhammad listed some things, but I keep copious notes because I'm closest to him as a resident, and I have to deal with this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We don't get any respite. There's no point at which we're not dealing with something going on at Shady's Corner. So I'm gonna run through my list of violations as we've had to endure them. Vandalism, we've had windows broken out of our home, cars damaged. There've been shootings, stabbings, break-ins of cars. There've been fights. There are open containers laid out on the ground every night. We deal with trash and litter. There've been drugs sold, used, and exchanged in the open. We see it every day. Drink spiking, sexual assault, open gunfire. We're in the crosshairs. The road is blocked. Emergency response access is limited. They utilize a lot of city services. There are always police, always emergency responders on site. There's illegal parking, cars being towed, blocked driveways, destruction of mailboxes, destruction of street signs. We've had 3 vehicles damaged as a result of Shady's patrons. Yard signs are removed. There's public urination. My wife and daughter have to sit on the porch and watch men come and just urinate on the hedgerows. There's loitering. They just stand in my yard. On the weekends, they act as if they live there. and I have to confront them, and the police give me grief as if I'm the bad guy. They yell all night. There's a public address system that they use that blares, and we have to hear all of it. Every hour, they're making some announcement about cheap beer. And that's, can I go on?
I'll give you a few more
All
seconds
right.
here.
So there's loud amplified music being played. The patrons drive up and blare their stereo systems right at our front door or underneath a bedroom window. The garbage truck comes at 4 o'clock in the morning. The beer truck comes at 5 o'clock in the morning. There's always clandestine foot traffic. The police chase bad guys through our yard and don't give us any explanation. Young students run up and down the street. They're really young people that go to Shady's. And they're 21, I'm not sure about it because they act like they're 15. And I'm sure the services at the mosque are interrupted by a lot of this. There's a lot of debauchery that goes on. And those women and children that attend the mosque have to see that. Shady's is dangerous. It is chaotic, and it's been a nuisance. And if I would ask you all to, in making a decision today, consider all of that. That's my experience. That's what I've had to deal with. So I want you to recognize that. And we are terrorized. And so, given that, I'll ask you, would you want to live there?
Thank you very much.
With all of that going on.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
One last thing, Odd Story is 400 yards away, and they close down at 10:30. They go home. I've never seen a problem there.
All right, thank you. Okay. Next person. Hi, state your name, please.
Faisal Said. Faisal Saeed. Good morning. My name is Faisal Said. I'm a chaplain for Chattanooga Police Department and also a member of Mayor's Faith Leaders Committee. But today I'm here not as chaplain, but as a concerned citizen. Even though in my service to the police department, I have stood with officers, civilians, supported families from every walk of life. My mission both in my service and as my citizen life is to help everyone in need, every single citizen of this city. I'm asking this board to take a firm and fair stand to revoke the beer license of this establishment. As you've heard, I don't have to repeat it, but I will. What's happening there is not a business or freedom. It's about respect, safety, and accountability. That establishment has repeatedly turned a peaceful residential and faith area into what you call it, a scene of chaos and disrespect. Like you heard, the patrons have been caught on camera urinating on the Islamic Center property. You have had where people came on the Ring camera and had obscene gestures. You have heard that there were multiple shootings. You have heard that there were cocaine selling. Every single thing, like I said, as a chaplain, when I would see all this, even one of those things is enough to take action. And we had so many things going on and nothing has been done so far. So which means these families that are living over there, they have to put up with it. You heard from that person. It's just one of those examples. The thing is this, all that's happening, the arrests made, all the sexual assaults, all the parking issues, all the noise issues, that should be alarm for us. That should tell us that we should have, it's not just a disturbance, but it's a public safety concern. As a chaplain, I believe in forgiveness. But at the same time, I also believe in accountability. Because forgiveness goes so far. The person, the establishment, the business had to be held accountable. And that's all we are asking. To protect our children, our elders, worshipers, the people living over there, even the officers that respond. Because like this person said, next time we heard that an officer got assaulted, and I care about those officers. I do not want to see any harm come to them. I don't want to see any harm come to any of our worshipers, or any of the citizens for that matter. So today I respectfully ask this board, please ask act decisively. Revoke the license and send a message in our city that community in our city comes before profit, and respect in this city still matters. Let's restore peace, dignity, and safety to this neighborhood for every single person that lives it and said they calls it home. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Yes. State your name, please.
My name is Bill Lockhart, and I'm a resident of Jefferson Heights. I've been there 17 years, been a citizen, taxpayer, property owner in Chattanooga for 38 years. And not quite as long as the Islamic Center has been in their present location. Folks, I'm gonna tell you, nobody on this board, nobody on council, no citizen of Chattanooga should be subjected to, yes, the terror that our neighbors have been subjected to over the last 2.5 years. Assignation, fornication, urination, it's all there. And as my dad used to say, that ain't right, especially in public. These folks have shown the owners of Shady's have shown no regard for the neighbors, none whatsoever. All this stuff that goes on, it's up until 3 o'clock in the morning and past. Mr. Rudolph said that it really goes on 24/7 because there's noise all the time. Look, the folks who live on 14th Street, they can't go a couple blocks away and buy a $400,000 condo. They can't, you know? Folks, the 40,000 war dead and veterans who are buried in the cemetery, they can't complain. So it's up to citizens to say, this is enough. This is enough, folks. You know, and the complaints of drink spiking, did you ever hear that at any other bar in Chattanooga? Here and there? Just here and there. You hear it at Shady's Corner. They got, what, 10 parking spaces, maybe 300 people inside and outside. The noise and the crowd spill over. The police officers and the security, they're running catch up, right? Because they are overwhelmed. Look, I live 4 blocks away, maybe 5. Yeah, I've gone to Shady's a few times. It gets crazy after, say, 11:30 at midnight. I'm just going to say to all of you and all the folks who are representing our citizens in Chattanooga, do something about this. Long past time. And to paraphrase John Taffer, shut it down. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Good morning. I'm John Rowland, Association President for Jefferson Heights. Jefferson Heights, it's a neighborhood, it's everything it should be, families, community. I brought some neighbors from 16th Street, the particularly aggrieved neighbors from 16th Street. Over the summer, we have just had a litany of problems from the clubs on the periphery of our neighborhood. 3, 4, 5 o'clock, litter, noise, property damage, serious issues. And our friends from the Islamic Center brought it up, everything but the homicide that will be inevitable, not to escalate it too much. Notably, of late, it's been the Let's Paint, Paint and Sip. They have a number of names. It started out as like a place you could maybe drink wine and paint. I spoke to the owner several weeks ago after a number of complaints and sending videos of crowds to the police department. Apparently, she's augmenting her income by renting it out as an event space at night. So there's private parties, they're coming from inside, they're spilling outside, and then really took the cake last weekend, Friday night and Saturday night. It's now spilled from the parking lot down Madison Street. Have videos, it looks like there was going to be an altercation. It's just getting very serious. And I think Bill put it best, you know, it's absolutely just enough. The crowds are just deteriorating our quality of life, and we just need either greater oversight, close early, close people down. I don't know what the answer is, but I said this to my wife a couple weeks ago when Shady's had the police officer assaulted, and it's become our mantra in the neighborhood. Nothing good happens at 3 a.m.
Right.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Nicole Davis, and I'm the owner of Let's Paint.
Pull your microphone down or something and get it.
Right here?
That's good. Just
Right.
speak up, speak
Oh,
up.
over here?
Speak up, it won't.
Oh, okay. All right. My name Nicole Davis, and I'm the owner of Let's Paint by Zilly Arts. There has been complaints about someone in the neighborhood. They came to my building and told me that, hey, there's cars out in the parking lot. They feel like it's too many cars, too many people in the parking lot. And they say also like the music is too loud. So I talked to a sergeant about it, like what do you suggest I do? He said, if I was you, I would get security to be in a parking lot to like keep your parking lot down. Have the music at a certain level, even if you have to go outside your building and listen to, what I mean, like to see if the music is too loud. So I hired okay, so the first time that I let someone host an event at my building, there was a crowd in the parking lot, and I did see that, but when the neighbor said something to me about it, that's when I talked to the sergeant. So it was nothing I can do at that day because that was like the first night that it had happened. So I called around and I called a security company and I was like, hey, can you come here? I need you to do this, like, keep the parking lot down. I don't want no one standing around in the parking lot. I don't want anyone sitting in their cars. If they're not coming in, they have to leave. So, so when the security company came, I actually had to email the supervisor and let them know, hey, they're not doing their job. Like, people still in the parking lot. I asked the guy on the security team to keep the parking lot down and ask the people to leave, and it seemed like they was just afraid to speak up and tell people, to go ahead and leave. So, I'm emailing the lady, the supervisor, like, it's probably like 2 a.m. She emailed me back the next day. She was like, I'm so sorry, that this happened. She was saying something about the money, like you don't have to pay us. I was like, she said, we'll come back the next day. I was like, no. So I called a different security team. I feel like they has been doing a good job, So sometimes people park, now there's parking signs in my parking lot. Since I've been there for 20 months. There was no parking signs. I don't care. People come and they park in my parking lot. I let them park there. I don't harass anyone. I don't say anything. One of the neighbors behind me had a wedding at their house, and they're directing everybody to my parking lot. Yes, park here, park there. I don't say anything because I don't mind. I'm not open. You can use the parking lot. Airbnb right there. I tell the girls, like, I don't mind. You can use my parking lot. You know what I mean? So people park right there all the time. I see them walk off. So the incident that he was referring to, was it at my building? I don't know. I didn't see the incident. I didn't see these people walk from my building. I know a lot of people do park there and they walk other places because I'm like the only parking lot on Main Street that does not have paid parking. So a lot of people do come over there. You know what I mean? So I'm calling like the alcohol board. I called the health department. I called the beer board. Like, I'm just calling everyone to see what can I do. I don't talk to the people in the neighborhood because they, like the lady, it was someone on the beer board who lived behind me, and she was saying, like, encouraging them to, just keep calling the cops, keep making complaints on me. You know what I mean?
Well, okay. Thank you very much for your comments.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Next person.
Hello, my name is Ron King, and Let's Paint. The property has been in my family for over 50 years, and there's really never been any issues. My parents were there 30 years, private club. Nicole, like she said, she's been there for about 20 months, and there has been no problems except for the past month or so. She's trying to revamp things and do things differently to generate income. So she's leasing the building out, and people are having gatherings that last about 3, which is legal. She's operating within the law. But I think one of the issues is that there's no communication between the community and her. There's a group chat that they have, and Miss Betsy is encouraging all the other community members to keep calling the cops. And the cops come, they find no issues, they leave, but they keep getting these phone calls. I feel like that the community is trying to force a narrative that's not there. You know, when they could really just go talk to Nicole, work something out, and work together as a community. You know, but I really don't see what the real issue is. Like I said, for 18 months, she wasn't really getting a crowd. It did start as a sip and paint that wasn't really doing well. The community wasn't supporting it. So she went back to the drawing board, tried something different, and now it's generating a crowd, because technically downtown, that property is the only property that really has a big parking lot, you know, so the people can gather there, and they do have a right to come in. If they're playing music, they can play their music. You're gonna hear doors closed, you're gonna hear all of those things. And like I said, it was a club before most of those people moved there. Why would you move to a place where there's that type of activity if it's gonna be a problem? You live in the city limits. But that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sandra Marshall, and I do live on 16th Street behind them. And I've called
Sandra, speak up.
Sandra Marshall. Okay. On 16th Street. And we've been there since 2015. And when Park City was there, not Let's Paint, when Park City was there, we had no issues whatsoever. But since then, I've been told it's a special events place, so our closing times are not part of the picture. So I kind of want to know, what is the zone? Because they're not there till 3 in the morning, they're there till 5 and 5:30. And it is like literally 20 feet from my back, part of my house. And one day, on a Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m., excuse me, my husband and I were in the garage and heard an escalating argument. And we opened the garage door. There was a gunshot coming from Let's Paint across the parking lot. We have kids back there that ride their bikes in an alley. And that shot could have been deflected anywhere. But there were 2 shots. I called the police. I've called them. You can look at my records with the police department. I've called them a lot for noise complaints. We've had, excuse me, we've had calls for noise, for breaking in. We've had our garage broken into twice. What else do we have? They break into cars all along our street all the time. And then we even had police in our backyard one time chasing a suspect. And the guy threw his gun under the porch next door. So I just think it's creating a chance, like for that homicide that people are waiting for. It could have happened to any of those kids in the alley that day who were back there. So that's just what I wanted to say. And I am definitely 10 feet from, or 20 feet from them. So I hear it all the time.
Thank you.
May I add just one thing?
Please step to the microphone. Yes, sir.
And you'll have to restate your name, because I'll be
Okay.
sorry.
Right.
Hey, John Rowland again from Jefferson Heights. People have a right to have a business and make money, but we're not a bunch of shrieking Karens, right? We have this on video, and we're not just going to ask people's business to be shut down. We invited Let's Paint to our community meetings specifically to address business owners, and they declined the invitation. Chuy Escovez from Cabanas Club, he attended. Freddie Schwang from Exile, I was able to speak to him at length on a Saturday morning. He was in Nashville. he couldn't make it. So, you know, we want to do it the right way. We're not looking, we have nothing personal against anybody. But again, it's not 3, it's 4, it's 5, it's late. And last weekend, private property. So whatever the reason, you know, we have a legitimate beef and we've tried to solve it in a mature way. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next person?
One more can speak?
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. You'll be next.
Okay.
My name is Kazim Awad. Qasim, and the last name Awad, AWAD. So I'm running a business at the mall for almost 10 years. And I am, in my free time, I'm volunteer to teach the kids Arabic language and moral things for the kids, how to behave and respect the others. I went to visit this Islamic center a few months ago. And when we was trying to pray, the prayer was almost about 1 hour inside the building. We couldn't focus at all because the very loud music and the people screaming and shouting. And the thing that surprised me, my kids never went back there after that because they felt it was very dangerous. When we finished the prayer on the street, it was almost 3 hours after the sunset. So the females was running like half naked front of the Islamic center and that shaded corner. In the middle of the streets, the men like running behind or around. It's a highway, it's like a main street. There is a lot of cars, they're driving very fast. Those people was leaning on the street and the female was in the middle of the street with no shoes, laying down. The cars using the horn, the traffic lights was red and green. It was very mess and very dangerous, even for their lives. That's what I saw before, and I tried to mention that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Alvin Rockman. I was born in South Georgia, but I lived in Chattanooga, Tennessee for 70 years of my life. And I'm one of the first people in Chattanooga, Tennessee, that when Islam started arriving in Chattanooga, so I was here. Mm-hmm. And I want to just convey to the panel that as being a Muslim and understanding the scope of the world, have some understanding of the scope of the world, we want Chattanooga to be a beautiful international city where people from all over the world can come and feel comfortable and have a place to worship. And that's my aim. I love Chattanooga. It's a beautiful city. I've been here most of my life. And I would just like to see, for the people to have a good environment when they go to worship. And it's not conducive for the bar to have a loud crowd and music and smoking and drinking on the street. So that's why I'm here. I love Chattanooga. I'm a Chattanoogan. I was born here. But as you look at the audience, you can see that this is an international audience, and we want Chattanooga to be a beautiful international city. Thank you very much.
Sir? Wait a minute. State your name again real slow, because I couldn't get it.
Your name.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Alvin Rockman.
Spell that last name.
A-R dash capital A-R-H-M-A-A-N.
Got it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mustafa Koulibaly. Okay, M-U-S-T-A-P-H-A. Last name Koulibaly, C-O-U-L-I-B-A-L-Y. So I've been in Chattanooga since 2015, and fast forward. So I've been in the community ever since I moved to Chattanooga via Amazon. And I've been in this community, be a member of the community. And I remember a couple years ago, when Shady Corner opened, we were pleading with you about the potential consequences that could have on the community. And unfortunately, we were not heard. But now you have the evidence to the data, from the city that Shady Corner is a dangerous environment for our children, our wives, our mothers, our sisters, even our brothers, to drink, rape, and even violence. So I'm not going to be long. The data speak for themselves. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous.
That's okay.
Let me take a breath.
It's okay.
This is very emotional. And whoever thought it was a good idea to put a bar, that would be called Shady Corner, less than 500 feet from a mosque, was, certainly thinking clearly. And again, receive the consequences. We're proud parents. We cannot have a place of depravity next to a place of moral. And we ask you to again consider. We know that Chattanooga is a beautiful city. As you can see, the community is very diverse. Alvin is one of the pioneers of this community. Imam Ahmed, a pioneer of the community. I'm from the Ivory Coast. I came here, I found a home in Chattanooga. I served in the Navy, and this is my country. I'm proud of this country. So do not judge us because of our accent, because we don't look like you, because we don't speak like you. We are parent too. We love our community. We love our city. I had the possibility to move out of Chattanooga many years ago. I chose to stay here, as I've been saying, because of this mosque. It's an old building, it's ugly, but it means a lot to me and to all of us. So we are asking you to do the right thing and shut it down. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Hello, I'm Rafiq Abdul, R-A-F-I-Q, A-B-D-U-L. I was not prepared, as you can see. I just hear simply silent support to take action, right action. So after seeing this, and the people who came here to support, everybody in the heart, that's what they have. But fear to speak in public is it's kind of, so I have with my wife, my daughter, I asked her to go and speak, she don't want to speak, so anyway.
Okay. That's
so
okay.
all I'm here to say is, I didn't realize this, Brother El Amin has to go through this. Past 2 years, this many count of police incident, that's amazing. Because I live in Saudi Daisy, my neighborhoods, I live with the white folks, and no problem, all these years. So I've been here in Chattanooga, I'm in Saudi Daisy, I work in TVA, Sequoia plant, 25 years. I have no police incident or anything in my neighborhood. I never seen a police car or anything. And I've been in Tennessee for 35 years. I'm a proud Tennessean. And that's all I want to say. Just take a right action. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good morning. My name's Connie Harrell. I live in Harrell, H-E-R-R-E-L-L. I live in Jefferson Heights on Adams Street, and our neighborhood has several bars, nightclubs surrounding us. We are most affected in my area by Cabana's nightclub, and I have my own list of complaints about that. But a common denominator I see is that the city is offering permits to these businesses that clearly do not coincide with the lifestyle that the city wants us to have. I chose to live in the city. I like the vibrancy. I love to walk to a bar and have a drink, but I feel that some of these businesses that surround us are not cohesive to our peaceful style of life. And it's not that we don't want people to enjoy theirs, but these types of businesses are not suitable and they don't blend with how we're wanting to live. And mainly because we have these disturbances in the wee hours and we can't sleep. It's noisy. Our cars are damaged. My car right now is in the shop because of some damage from some party goers at Cabanas. It's a very big disruption. So not only would I ask that you consider these complaints about Cabanas, Let's Paint, and Shady's especially, but I also ask that in the future, when people petition, to consider that there are where the residences are and how closely, how much it makes sense to have them as close as they are to residential areas. Thank you for hearing me.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Yahya Abdul Rashid. Yahya Abdur Rashid. I'm a lifelong member of the Islamic Center. Been here in Chattanooga all my life, basically. When they actually put forth the proposal to build this place, Shady Club, it caught a lot of us off guard, kind of like by surprise. Even more so after it started to materialize and come into effect. We had no idea that it was going to be this. So in retrospect, the urban zoning, this proposal they had to submit to y'all, it's kind of like echoes what the young lady was talking about when people come before you with an ideal or proposal to build a certain thing and give an ideal, to try to sell you an ideal, allowing them to build these things. They put it in a way that's going to best suit them. And this is what happened, but the end result is where we're at right now. And a lot of that is a reflection on, feel like, y'all was deceived just like we was deceived. You got people in the community can't even enjoy their community because people with these kind of ulterior motives are seeking to make a profit at the expense of our lifestyle, our enjoyment, our peace, being able to raise our families. It's unfair. So I think it's also unfair to you guys that, you were somewhat duped. So now you're here, it's time to make a decision. You heard a lot. I don't need to go through a list of complaints. The only thing we haven't had is a death, which if we continue on this path, you can't miss it. So whose life is worth the few dollars Shady is making? Whose life is worth that? Not no one I know. Beer, food, liquor, song and dance. It's not worth my life. I don't think it's worth yours. You have a very, very weighty decision to make. And we pray that God give you consciousness, ears to really hear what we're saying. We're not trying to deprive anyone of their rights. We're just trying to enjoy our rights. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
I was not going to speak, but I feel like I have to. My name is Gloria Rudolph. Gloria Rudolph. We live right next door. Twice, emergency have had to come to our house and couldn't get there because of all the parking. And we try to block it off, but when Shady's patrons come, they come and push our garbage can with their vehicles all the way down that street. We've complained. I know the police, they're tired. I don't feel safe. I've had encounters with different people because I've asked, please don't park because we have emergencies. We're gonna need to go whenever we need to get out the drive. I've had people to get out their cars and come in our yards and threaten me. And when my son or my husband is not there, and forgive me because I'm so emotional about this.
It's okay.
And it's good to see the unity that's here today. But let me say this to give you a picture. At 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, you might be asleep. I'm sitting by my window in the living room praying, when is this going to stop? 3, 4, still goes on. They supposed to shut down at 3. They have a party outside from 4, 5, just like it's the river band or something going on. And I know the police are tired. I've talked to the police. They tired of my husband calling. When they come and they look, it's like, okay, it's them again. And like I say, I know they're tired, but we're tired too. I get no rest. I'm shaking right now I'm sleep deprived. I don't know when the last time I actually had sleep or rest. When they finally move out of there, like he said, 5 o'clock, they bring in beer, 6 o'clock, the dumpster's empty. It's just something all the time over there. I used to walk every morning right by the paper company. Can't do that now because of the stench. Beer cans, beer bottles, just litter, rubbers. Sitting on my porch one day, they came down and pulled their pants and pat their behind towards our house. And I can't think of the other incident that my husband had with these people. I can't remember what they said to you. I think they call you a bitch because we keep calling the police because we don't feel safe. But I just felt that I had to get up here so you can see what it looked like for me. My daughter's in school. Her studies are interrupted with all this nonsense, 7 days a week. Please, we've been begging, please do something before someone gets killed. And I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty.
Am I allowed to make a comment as a board member?
Yes, public comment, yes.
Do I have to go down there or can I stay up here?
You can get down, if you want to get down there, that's fine.
Hi, since my name was drug into this, Betsy Hartman. I am a member of the Beer Board and I do live in Jefferson Heights. I live next door to Mrs. Marshall, who we live right behind the Let's Paint. I'm going to give you just one example of the many times that we've called the police. October 11th in the early morning. They had continued to stay open since Friday night. We had a flight. We had to be at the airport at 6 a.m. My alarm was set for 4 a.m. At 3:23 a.m., I woke up because the walls in my bedroom were shaking from the music coming from the cars in the parking lot of Let's Paint. My husband and I went upstairs. We've got a very good view. We can look right down into the parking lot, covered in cars. There are people, they're just hanging out, they're yelling, windows are down, music is blaring. Called the cops. I went ahead, I took a shower, we're getting ready, we've packed, we're getting ready to go to the airport. My husband goes around to the garage to pull the car around front. This is now 4:45. There's a man that is wearing a shirt that says security. We don't know what security company he's with. My husband says, "Are you the security?" He says, "Yes." And he looks at his watch and he says, "It's almost 5 a.m. Why are these people still here?" And he says, "I know, I'm trying to get them to leave." They didn't leave. So that's just one of the many examples I'm going to give you about Let's Paint. And what I will say is that when they were a private club, we had zero issues with them. Those folks were respectful. They didn't stay out all night. In fact, most of them, and I'm not going to guess on their ages, but I'm simply going to say they were mature and they went home at a normal hour. They weren't there at midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I would like, as a board member, to make a recommendation that we limit the hours that these bars can be open when they are adjacent to these residential areas. It may not just be my neighborhood that is affected by this, it's the ones that we're talking about today. But I would like to make a recommendation that we close these bars earlier. 3 a.m. is ridiculous. Nothing good happens after midnight, especially nothing happens good at 3 a.m. And if there's not going to be some sort of enforcement that says you have to be out of anything, that parking lot belongs to Let's Paint. It is their responsibility to have those folks out of there at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. is the maximum. 3 a.m. is the limit. Thank you for letting me speak.
Hello, my name is Nicole Davis. So I'm hearing you guys, and it sounds like y'all want me to close at a certain time. Well, when I was telling you I was reaching out to these different people, I asked them, what time do I have to close? So long as I'm not selling, I don't sell alcohol, I don't sell beer after 2:30 a.m. I am selling food. My food sales has went up. You know, it was at a point to where I was about to close my business because I wasn't making it. You know what I mean? So when I was doing the sip and paint, nobody from the neighborhood came to support me. Me and my employees, we used to stand outside the door trying to hand out flyers. Oh, no, thank you. It's okay. And you know what I mean? Like, people keep walking. I do free activities for kids. I post them all the time. I tell kids, hey, come do a free activity. I'm doing free canvas paintings, free rock paintings, free come and make slime. I'm doing discounts on all my activities. The Moon Glow Room, $35. Come do the Moon Glow Room, free. Nobody's coming to support me. How I know? Because I'm there when that building open and I'm there when that building closed. I am the only owner of Let's Paint. I don't have a lot of employees. I definitely don't have a lot of money. You know what I mean? So if I operate within the law, if the law tell me that I have to close at a certain time, I don't care if I'm not making it. I am going to close at that time. They tell me I can't serve alcohol or beer after this time, I'm not going to do it. If they tell me I can stay up and I can sell food just so I won't get put out on the curve, I am going to sell food. I don't like being up in the AM. I have to make it. I have to pay my bills. I don't like being up 12 a.m., 1 a.m. I feel like these complaints y'all had, you could have just walked over there. You could have, hey, is the owner of Let's Paint here? And sat me down and talked to me about how you feel and what can we do to better the situation. The neighbor that came to me and showed me all of this, like, complaining, this talking bad about the business, I was like, oh my goodness, like, it made me cry. Because I feel like they treating me, you know, this is my first business, I don't know. I felt like y'all wasn't treating me like I was a person. I worked on that building for 3 months before I got it up. You right, it was a private club, meaning no one really could go in there, and that's why it was so quiet. That's a commercial building. I made sure that I could do what I needed to do in that building before I got it. I don't know how much y'all got in the HOA, but I'm willing to leave if you cut me a check. I don't want to be in there like that. Start coming in, start supporting me, get your group together and do a sip and paint.
Hello, my name is Abbas Shahid, Abbas Shahid, Shahid. Again, I don't have anything prepared either, but I did want to take the opportunity to voice my frustration as well. I'm a member of the Islamic Center. As mentioned, you know, the noise complaints, the safety concerns, just the negative impact that that establishment has had, Shady's Corner has had on the community. I think it speaks for itself, but it's definitely a distraction and a safety hindrance to the members of the Islamic Center. So I think you guys have the authority to, you know, revoke their license. So I would, again, just urge you guys to do the right thing. You see the evidence. We have it on our cameras. Hamid has mentioned all the times that, you know, the authorities have had to come out there within that time frame. That's just crazy to hear that it's happened that many times and no action has been taken. I think, like we mentioned, it's definitely a problem for us, and we just don't want to see that. To have to put up a sign that says "Don't urinate on our facility." It's crazy. What kind of society are we living in that we have to tell humans? In my neighborhood, we have a sign for "Pick up after your animals." That's an act an animal does. They're doing that because they're intoxicated. Take that out the equation, that won't happen anymore. That's my belief. So, and the other thing that I want to just mention, you see all these people here, they've taken time out of their day, they've taken time out of work to be here because it is important to us. I just want you guys to take that into consideration and, again, just do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Naseem Mohammed. Naseem Mohammed. Naseem. Naseem Mohammed, Mohammed. And I'm here to talk as a parent. My daughter is a student of UTC, and this is the closest mosque to the UTC students. So many of them come to here to attend the prayers. And I mean, we never have any problems with it. But now, like after these obscene gestures and the urinating, I'm really scared when my daughter says I need to go and pray there. And mosque is a place where we find peace, and we should not be afraid to go to a place like that.
Absolutely.
But now, I'm getting scared when my daughter or the other her friends or anyone like that, they go to the masjid to pray, and we don't know what's going to happen to them. So that is my concern, and I request you all to take the right decision on this. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Mohammed Kohel, Mohammad, last name Kuhail. I am a Muslim who lives about 45 minutes from this masjid, this mosque here in Chattanooga. And I went to UTC in 2019, and after classes were over, I went and prayed my prayer and went home for the day. This was my safe haven from the outside world, society, everywhere around me. This was my safe haven. And now a couple years recently, Shady's Corner has opened up. And one day, I'm gonna mention one time that I did go there. I don't go to UTC anymore. But one time that I did go there for the night prayer, the last mandatory prayer that we gotta pray at night, it was around 10 o'clock at night. I went inside, talked to Imam Hamid. I said, Assalamu alaikum. That music is disturbing. He says, yeah, that's why we're trying to move out. And he was talking to me about the complaints that they had. One of them was that the police officers' enforcement of the parking situation over there. The parking situation is not good. It's a very small area. You don't have a lot of cars able to park there. During the Friday prayer and around midday, you have a lot of Muslims come over to park there. And they're in places where they can't be parked, and the police give parking tickets. But whereas that same Friday night, you have the bar goers that go park on the mosque property, and they park in their areas where they're not supposed to be, and they don't have any complaints from Imam Hamid has called the police, and they haven't done their due diligence to try to enforce the parking situation over there. All I'm saying is, I went there that one time, and there were no parking, so I had to park all the way around back and walk all the way back to the mosque. And things I've seen, I have never been inside a bar establishment in my life. So the things I've seen were just not exactly what I was accustomed to. But beside that, thing is, I overheard a conversation, and this is evidence, my witness testimony, of saying that there has been urinating. And then, yeah, I've heard a conversation. Somebody spoke in colloquial English language of basically saying I have to go to the bathroom. I'm not going to say that. It's not really appropriate for me to say it, but he says, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. Then someone responded to him, oh, look, there's a corner over there. And he says, no, that's littering. And then I didn't hear nothing after that. I walked by and just kept going. And I went to the masjid. I went to the mosque. And that's just one of the many complaints that this establishment has been having. And I do suggest, respectfully, that you guys consider trying to revoke this license that they have. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to take a 5-minute recess. Is there anyone else that wishes to address the board today?
I got one other question I want to ask. I meant to ask this a minute ago. My name is Yahya Abdul Rashid. I wanted to ask about the zoning.
Well, the zoning is outside of our jurisdiction completely.
Okay.
That is something that will have to go before the city council.
Okay. All right, I got you. Thank you.
Got it?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. All right. Is there anybody else that has any other statements? All right, we're going to take a 5-minute recess, and then we'll come back for you, okay? So we'll be back in session in 5 minutes. We'll come back to order. We'll wait just a minute till everybody else is here. Lon had to leave, he had a doctor's appointment, and Brooke had to leave. Okay, so we're right here. All right, so we will then open the public comment section. Is there, I enjoyed the lively conversation, by the way. Thank y'all for discussing and talking. That's how we get things done here. Is there anyone else that wishes to make a public comment today? Yes, sir. Please step up to the microphone and state your name and spell it for the court.
Hello, good morning. My name is Shahid Iqbal, Shahid, last name Iqbal. I have been serving Chattanooga community as a physician for the last 22 years, and I bring a very different perspective to the table. I don't think a business like that has got any room next to any worshiping place. I want you to imagine a scenario. The Sunday Mass is not from 8 a.m. to noon. It's actually from 8 p.m. to midnight, and it's 7 days a week. How would you like something like that going on next to, whether it's a church, a mosque, or a synagogue? So you have to consider that. You have to keep it to your heart and see that how hurt we are with whatever is going on. I also serve on a ISGC board as a board member, and I think this is hurtful. I think we need to consider seriously closing this kind of business next to this kind of a worshiping place. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Saeed Abazid, Saeed Abazid, and I'm a Chattanooga native, but born here, went to school here, both high school and college, so I'm as entrenched as it comes. My family was here in the 80s, and so was the mosque that started in that location in the 80s, oldest mosque in Chattanooga. I think y'all have heard all the moral quandary that's been going on and why that goes against everything for anybody, really, not just us Muslims, just any decent person should feel that hurt. What I'd like to bring to the table is the questions about the zoning. I understand that that was allowed based on the old zoning code for the UGC and C3, where there was the exception of the 500 rule from the state code. Now that the new zoning code is in, that's a CMU1, and I'm not going to stand up here and claim that I understand how that works legally, but how does that grandfather situation work? That's a question. I know that zoning board is separate, but I think this very relates to the beer board's decision, how they move forward with that. And if the city decides that they're going to pass a new ordinance for grandfathering and or including these new zonings, I guess there should have been some public comment coming up before any of that happened, and I haven't heard of it. Y'all can feel free to enlighten me if there was. Yeah, that's all I got. I won't beat a dead horse. Y'all heard all the complaints. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, anyone else? Yes.
Hello, my name is Macia Rudolph, MaciaRudolph. And as my parents have mentioned, it's a very scary place to live. Not only do we have to be scared of going to sleep at night, but what else is going on in the community? And as the Islamic people have mentioned, there's a lot going on. People are urinating, doing whatever they feel like. That's not a good place to live. And as a college student trying to better my family and be able to provide better, how can I do that if I'm not able to get sleep? I can't study. Scary. So please take into consideration everything that we mentioned. Please shut them down. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Anyone else? All right. Well, first of all, as chairman of the board, I would like to personally thank everyone for being here today. This is an emotional subject for you, and it's an emotional subject for us. So we will do our best to try to emphasize the need of your community and emphasize the world you live in right now. And it's not a pretty world. From what we've heard today, this is not good for you. It is not good for the city of Chattanooga and not good for all citizens of this city. So again, we thank you very much for your comments today, and follow us closely. That's why we're here, is to have this forum for you. And we will proceed as a board. We won't take any action today, but we will proceed as a board to evaluate what we've heard, to consult with the police department and with city officials, and determine what is our best course of action. So again, I personally would like to thank every one of you for taking time out of your days, from away from your jobs, away from your work, away from your families to be here today. And we take that with great seriousness. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anything else before the board today?
Is there any discussion now on our part, or, I don't know, I'm just wondering.
We can discuss this, but there's really no action we can take today. So if we would like to have a discussion, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we do have a quorum, so we can continue to have a meeting. So yes, if any board members wish to have a discussion or comment on this, please do so at this time. That's fine.
Well, my discussion is not on this. I want to make I don't know, city attorney, you address me, make a motion to take to city council that they address the city ordinance on going back to making sure that city ordinance is clear regarding the fine. I think that need to go back to city council for them to be able to address that, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I don't know how we do that, or we just.
Do you need a motion for that, Catherine, or can you?
I think so.
Okay, so, all right, we'll deal with that issue first then. So if you'll restate your motion, please.
I make a motion that this board sends to city council to revisit the city orders to make it clear regarding the fines being paid.
The time limits.
Time limits, that is correct.
All right, time limits. So there's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second, further discussion? Lost my sheet. Christie?
Yes.
Veronica?
Yes.
JW?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
Chairman votes yes. All right, thanks. Now, do any board members have any other discussion or statements they'd like to make?
Make a statement.
Yes, ma'am,
I'd like to
please.
say to the audience members that are here in regards to Shady's and the other nightclubs, I sympathize with what you're going through. There's a lot of heartfelt comments that's been made today, and I'm going to take those into consideration. And I pray that the board members also take all of this into consideration in making a decision on what to do with Shady's Corner.
Thank you.
And I'd like to echo her statements as well. Hearing from the community members, whether you live there or you attend the mosque, it's really concerning to hear some of those statements. And we will definitely take into consideration what everyone has said and figured out a next step forward for you all.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Okay, any other comments?
I just want to say my heart is broken. I mean, frankly, I can't believe we haven't gotten any violations regarding Shady's Corner. It is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
And something needs to be done. Thank you so much for coming out. Heard loud and clear. Everyone who spoke was heard loud and clear. And we'll do, I'm going to do everything in my power to try to remedy this situation within our limits, and we're going to have to get our heads wrapped around what we have authority to do and what we don't have authority to do. So, thanks.
Thank you. Very transparent. Again, thank you all. The board has already spoken. I think the main thing is for you all as you leave here, I don't know if you know that they have not been cited to come before us So when there's no citation to come before us, there's only so much we can do besides the discussion to bring them before us. So I want to let you all know that as well, but our hearts go out and we have heard everything we said, that you've said.
Right.
How do we follow up?
With us, continue to contact the beer board, I guess Bertha, and y'all continue to make moves, contacting CPD, calling, go to city council.
That's right.
As well. That's the first thing I would say. Hit city council. Second, keep talking to sergeants and CPD, and but we can't even do anything besides discuss until they've been cited.
Until they've been cited.
It's a mystery that the regulatory unit, all of the violations, they have not been cited. 211 just this year.
I agree.
Who makes the decision to cite?
That's CPD, when the officer that shows up on site.
So let me ask. As with the last incident that took place that was public, were they cited?
I'm sorry?
Were they cited with this last incident that was taking place there, where I think someone was arrested and some other incidents that was happening? Police did a sting or something?
I think they were cited for that incident, but not to come before the beer board, if that makes sense. I believe so. Is that right, Sarge?
A lot of people are arrested. We can't do anything until court is done. So court they'll have to go through court, decide what they're gonna do from there, then we can look into it after that.
So that's the procedure that you have to follow. If there's arrest and the court rules, then once the court rules, then you start looking to see if we become involved. Okay.
So there can't be an injunction or suspension until that's done?
It's even more complicated than that on our end because the hearing officer would have to, when a citation is received, there's a hearing officer that the city has and he holds a hearing that we all attend and he makes a recommendation of what the consequence should be. And then we have to approve that recommendation or change it. So unfortunately, our hands are tied by the process that the city council has put in place.
That's correct.
And I hate that.
Council.
I hate that. I'm just telling you, in this situation, it breaks my heart.
Yeah. But none of us up here are happy about this at all. But city council, the people that are elected are the ones who can change the system. The people that are elected are the ones who can change the system. We can put pressure on them just like you can put pressure. We can petition them as our board to say, we've got to do something about this. This is terrible. So.
With just one question. In reference to all the complaints that have come in, is it not the regulatory unit here system that can go out and cite those people for those violations? Do you all have that authority?
It depends on what the complaint is.
You got 511 on your paper.
I understand. And the city council will have 511 of them to look at too.
But I'm just saying from your ability.
Until the Chattanooga Police Department regulatory unit cites them with a violation of the code that we regulate, we can't do anything. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, we can't do anything. Once they cite it, so, and it's obviously we've got a problem in the city that needs to be fixed.
Suffering during the meantime.
Well, that's the problem, is what do you do in the meantime? That's what should prompt the city and the city council and our board to do everything we can to fix this problem.
Have you reached out to the council person of District 7?
I have several times. She never returned my call.
So
I've sat with the council person, and she basically told me.
Thank you.
Saeed Abazid again. I've sat with the council person when this was a very recent event, when Shady Corner first came on the scene and first started all the nuisance and all the problems. And basically what I was told was, we can't do anything about it. So, I mean, we've tried multiple avenues. We've tried the police complaints, formal complaints to the department. We've tried to talk through mayor's office. I mean, we've tried a lot of things, probably not city council. I mean, I'm guessing that's our next step, but there's been a lot of tries over the years and almost to the point where it was gave up. I mean, there was lawsuits. I mean, all kinds of stuff was going on. And then now that it's a reoccurring issue and it's just getting worse and worse, I mean, we can't just lay down and take it.
Got it.
All right, Chris?
Chairman, if I may, Chris Anderson, Mayor Kelly's office. I just want to make sure that people leave with correct information today.
Please do.
Shady's Corner is not in District 7. It is in District 8. The dividing line is Central Avenue. Let's Paint is in 7. Shady's is in 8. Different people.
Okay.
Thanks.
Councilwoman Noel, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's who I said.
Okay.
Whichever district.
All right. So,
Excuse me, please. Can I say one thing?
yes, please. State your name, please, sir.
Yes, my name is Muhammad Ahmed. I'm the owner for Salma's Jewelry at Hamilton Place Mall. My name is Muhammad, Mohamed, and the last name is Ahmed, Ahmed. I own 2 businesses in Hamilton Place Mall. After I heard Hamid today about everything that took place, the only thing that didn't take place is a homicide. Leaving today without making a decision, or at least use all the means in your power to stop this, you might see tomorrow homicide, and each one of you will be regretting that they didn't make a decision. That's all. Thank you very much.
I have a question in that regard.
Yes.
If we make a recommendation to city council like we just did about the time, would it come up on the agenda for city council? Or is there a way to put it on the agenda for city council?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I believe there is, but that's a field question. I can get with him and see what the proper procedure is. If you want to put this on the agenda for next time to discuss what, if any, recommendation you want to make, we could do that. And then I can help fill in.
You would like to be notified if it happens, then we definitely like to be there.
Well, I mean, the beer board meetings are public record, so if y'all want to come back and, sit through that meeting while the board discusses it, then you're more than welcome to.
So my question with all of the calls that have come in, I'm just looking at them. Could the regulatory board not go back and look at some of those calls and maybe possibly cite for some of those issues that I'm seeing?
Right.
I think it depends. And it really just depends on what the citation is. And there's not necessarily a statute of limitations, but there is a consideration of the time period in which the actual incident occurred.
Yeah.
And when we cite them. Like that could potentially be an issue, especially on appeal.
On appeal.
And being board members, we see the news, we hear from other people, people call us about different stuff that happened. And I'm shocked, more so now because I've actually heard it from the community and from the people that go to the malls. I mean, like the young lady said, she's afraid to have her daughters. I would not want my daughters to go there, or my sons, anybody, because things that could happen. Without a citation, we can't do anything. Can't sit here and point fingers, because right now it's a coulda, shoulda, woulda situation.
Right.
A lot should have been done before now. So now we've got to get a citation before us, because we can't just shut them down. If it was my choice, I would have shut them down a long time ago.
Just one more thing here. I have a copy of Sergeant Wood's citation that he cited them before, and he's saying from April the 7th to July 31st. The reason he cited them is because of loud music and noise, and they had 10 complaints. And they had 89 complaints, and he cited them just for 10.
Okay.
So, I mean, the justification is what she's saying is there.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I don't want to tell anybody what you guys should do, but it sounds like.
Excuse me.
You guys are speaking and I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
My name's Abbas Shahid. Again, I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do, but it sounds like you guys can make a motion to bring this up to city council. So if I can urge you guys to do that, that would be great.
That is correct.
And, sir, what was your name? You spoke earlier, and I don't know, bringing that, yeah, with the Tennessee Titans house. You said something and I don't remember your name.
Yahya, Yahya, Abdur, Rashid.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, sorry.
Also,
I do want to make some sort of motion today.
Okay.
And we need to talk
The
about,
chair will entertain a motion.
we need to talk about what it's going to be. Whether, I don't, there's a couple questions, and I don't know where these would go. One is whether we can go back and cite Shady's Corner for all these past instances. Another question I have is essentially, do we just ask that it be put on the agenda and then we have the opportunity to show up and the community has the opportunity to show up?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something within our authority that we can do?
Mm-hmm.
Like, ask that what be put on the agenda
That-
specifically, like,
I guess it would be, it's already in public comment, I suppose. On the city council has a public comment.
yeah, city council has a public comment, but I guess if y'all want to iron out whatever recommendation you want to make to city council, we can put that under the discussion section of the agenda of the next meeting.
Okay.
And then y'all can decide, and then that can be a thing, if that's what you mean.
We can't take action via public email, can we?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to reach out to your city council person about it, then as a private citizen, I would imagine you can.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime,
also want to see if I can make a motion, because their name came up also, if we can ask regulatory to visit Cabanas as well. Their name came up. I think if we're gonna deal with these, we need to deal with them.
If we're gonna ask them to visit Cabanas, we need to ask them to go ahead and visit Shady's
Well,
Corner.
I'm coming back, that's where I'm coming, I'm walking slow, going there. And, if they can go visit Cabanas, simply because of the complaints. But then, I know this brother brought up, when we did this before, we made a motion to have Sergeant Woods at that time to go visit several places, simply because of the comments that we were getting. If we could make a motion or act regulatory to go see Shady's as well, that's what I would like to see. That would be the action, some type of action as we leave this place today. So those are two places that we have heard. We heard about the paint. I know the name, the Let's Paint, but she's willing to talk to everyone and say, hey, let's come together. But Cabana and Shady have not. If we can have some type of movement on that, I think the people that have taken off work and came, they will feel some type of assurance that they just didn't waste their day and come down here to complain, if not complaining, but to state their concerns, and nothing's been done. If we could take an action, say, hey, can regulatory just stop by these places, or whatever it is? I know they can. They've done it for me several times.
Going to Shady's Corner for what? It's right here.
Well,
They've been there 500 times.
Well, I know, I know, but I'm just saying some type of, if we can't go off of what we had before.
I would also like to point out that there may be open criminal investigations at this time. So that might also play a factor in the ability to investigate some of these issues.
A temporary something that can be done.
Yeah, like, this could get shot down, but I want to make a motion that regulatory and/or the police department visit Shady's Grove, Shady's Corner, Let's Paint, and Cabanas, and report back to the beer board. In all likelihood, they're going to find something to cite at Shady's Corner. But that would be my motion.
Second, if it's on the floor.
There's a
Let me just
motion
grab
and
it when I
second.
can.
Mr. Cole, did you second?
I did, yes, ma'am.
Motion and second. Discussion to the motion? I see nothing wrong with that at all.
My only note that I'm going to continue to say about Let's Paint is that the original license was for a place where you would go and paint and drink some wine, and it has now become a place that she rents out to private individuals.
It's an event space.
And it's not what the intent of the original license was for, so I would like to see the original license be investigated to see if she's operating, if she's allowed to even rent that space out under the current license.
Well, I don't know if that, I should say, I don't know if that's the beer board.
I don't know.
No, that's not, I don't think that's the beer.
Not her business license, but, I mean,
Right.
beer license. Is she allowed to sell beer at a private event like that? I don't know.
I cannot sell beer to a private event.
Okay, no. So, all right, there's a motion on the floor.
Yes.
Discussion?
We
Done.
can't, yeah.
All right, I'll call the roll.
What are we voting on?
To restate the motion, and I won't add commentary this time,
Right.
is to have regulatory and the Chattanooga Police Department visit Shady's Corner, Cabanas, and Let's Paint, and report back to us their findings at the next beer board meeting.
Thank you.
Okay. Any
So,
further questions to that?
Question, okay, so, and so they're gonna visit, just to make sure they got all their paperwork and stuff in order, right? They're gonna go through all the. make
whatever
sure
they
Whatever they do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm just wanting to see what they do, okay.
All right. We'll call the roll. Christie?
Yes.
Veronica?
No.
JW?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
And the chairman votes yes. All right, so we'll do that. All right. Again, thank everyone for being here today. And this is not the end. This is not the end of this. This is the beginning, as far as I'm personally concerned. So with that, if there's no other business, is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
All in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
Aye.